Maryland has had a reputation in this metropolitan area of being a higher tax state than Virginia. Recently, you have announced a $3 billion budget gap that you're trying to deal with, and part of it is you're increasing taxes on wealthier people.
Yeah, but what we're doing is this. No one agrees that the tax code makes sense in the state of Maryland. And so I said, we've got to be able to reform the tax code to make us more competitive and to make taxes simpler, fair, and pro-growth. And so I just announced a budget plan, and it is counterintuitive, but I explain to people, to deal with the budget deficit, the structural deficit that we inherited, we're actually going to give 2/3 of Marylanders a tax cut. We're going to take 82% of Marylanders and say, we're actually going to make sure that you pay either less in taxes or there's no change. We did not raise the sales tax. We did not raise the income tax. We've cut the corporate tax rate in the state of Maryland, and we've eliminated the inheritance tax. And for a lot of people, it did seem a little bit odd because they're like, well, why don't you just raise sales taxes or raise property taxes? And my answer is this. I would have found that to be just a lazy way of thinking because it's not reform. We've got to reform the tax code. And the second piece is it's not pro-growth. I actually want to attract businesses to come to the state of Maryland. And that's why in our budget we have some historic adjustments to doing regulatory reform, permitting reform, procurement reform. Actually, we've announced an executive order focusing on government modernization, where it's all about getting rid of the government waste, getting rid of the unnecessary spending, doing consolidation, doing fleet consolidation, IT consolidation, focusing on real estate. I mean, all things that we can get our economy going. And so that has been the focus, is that we've got to get out of this crisis by focusing on growth.